But let's talk about Bitcoin for the neophyte. Let's talk about, wow, I'm reading about Bitcoin. I haven't read the Bitcoin standard. I haven't read articles related to the blockchain, or I haven't been to a symposium. But something is going on in Bitcoin where it went to 20,000 and or 19 or so thousand in 2017. It crashed down to earth at 3,000 a few years later, and now it's back in that sort of, let's call it 17 to $20,000 zone. I guess currently at around 18,000. Why should I get involved? Why should I take my intellectual curiosity and be drawn to Bitcoin?
Yeah, that's simple. Bitcoin is the best performing asset this year, last 5 year, and last 10 years. And not only on a return only basis, but also on a risk adjusted basis. So Bitcoin is a very asymmetrical bet. It has the largest Sharpe ratio that I have ever seen in my entire 25-year career. So it has a Sharpe ratio of about 2.5, so return is much higher than its volatility. And I know it has extreme volatility, right? It can go 70 or 80% down in a year. It did that 3 times last 10 years. So it's extremely volatile. It's not for the weak hands, if we call them, but it has enormous upside as well. And the upside cancels the volatility out. The Sharpe ratio is very high. So yeah, I think the question for investors to ask is not why should I not, or why should I be in Bitcoin? It's rather, why should I not be in Bitcoin from my perspective?
And is there a reason why someone shouldn't be in Bitcoin, Plan B?
No, I don't think there is, actually. I've heard a lot of reasons also within my company, which manages a big pension balance sheet, a bank balance sheet, and a life insurance balance sheet. And that is the most difficult decision for them to make, of course, because it's other people's money. We have legislators, regulators, central banks looking over our shoulder. But for a normal investor or a fund investor, I don't think there's any good reason not to invest, because the volatility is mentioned as a big risk. It is by definition risk, but it's always mentioned as something that is a reason for not investing in Bitcoin. But we as investors know, of course, that you can manage volatility. You can size your investment. You can, as a matter of fact, if you put 1% of your total investment in Bitcoin and 99% in cash, doing nothing, you put it under the mattress, that particular combination would have outperformed the S&P 500 over the last 10 years, not only in return, but also in risk.
All investments are subject to risk, including the possible loss of the money you invest. For more information about SkyBridge Multi-Advisor Hedge Fund Portfolios Series G and the SkyBridge G2 Fund, call 1-888-759-2730 to obtain a prospectus. Investment objectives, risks, charges, expenses, and other important information about a fund are contained in the prospectus. Read and consider it carefully before investing. This webcast is for educational purposes only. We recommend that you consult a professional advisor about your individual situation.